it's Bailey here from Faith Hollow Farms, and I want to do a video for you with our 2018-2019 curriculum picks for preschool. We had 2 in preschool this year, a 4th grader, and then a toddler. So I wanted to show you what we picked and kind of go through it a little bit so you can see it, and then we will talk about what we plan on doing for next year. Okay, so the curriculum we picked for 2018-2019 preschool, because we had 2 and I didn't want to have to buy double of everything, and it's our first year, so we kind of wanted to get our feet wet. We chose to go with the Letter of the Week curriculum. It is by Erica at Confessions of a Homeschooler. It's nice that I could print just one copy and it would work for both the girls. So we have 2 girls that are in preschool, and they are 3 and 4, turning 4 and 5. So this worked out well because I have one that's went to preschool last year but transitioned into homeschool this year, and another one that this is her first year. So I found this program and I watched several videos on it, and it seemed like it would work for us. It was just kind of a easy, print off as much or as little as you like and just go with it. She does, in her program, she has a teacher's manual here, and what it is you do one letter every week, and each letter has several activities with it, and you can choose to do all of the activities or just a few of the activities. So, and we printed this ourselves, and I just put it in a binder. But she goes by, the way she likes to do it is do all the vowels first and then move on to the consonants. So here is just a sample of her teacher's manual page. It is the letter and then what you would do each day, and just makes it really easy for you. And she has suggestions in here for song CDs, for like the alphabet and what you need for each day. So she makes it very easy. And every day is laid out. However, we didn't follow it to the T, so we kind of had to finagle with it a little bit. But with a lot of the print-offs, it's, as you can kind of see behind me, here's the alphabet cards that she has with it. And so each letter, that, like the letter H, so the theme for H would be hippo. So all the worksheets have a lot of that in it. Here is a sample of, I'll show you all the things that come with, say, each letter. So with each letter, they would color and cut out a bracelet. This paper bracelet they get to color, then cut it out. And each day will have a letter, a number, usually a shape. And that's what you focus on for the whole week, so that they master that letter. And I know I don't have all of her things, but I have several of them. Then each one has a dot to dot with for the letter. And mind you, I just printed off 2 copies of everything. I did this during the summertime when we were prepping for homeschool, and printed everything off so that I would have it on hand. And so there's, you can print off these big cards with the letters, and there's, you know, the capitals and the lowercase of each, and those we did colored, and you would either color them or trace them. The girls like to cut them out to give them scissor practice. But here are some of the other things that came with her curriculum. So we're working on the letter R, so I'll show you the things that we have for the letter R. Like this is this rainbow page, and I laminated a bunch of this stuff because I knew we were going to be using it more than once and with several children, so laminating it made it last a little bit longer. So you have these pages, see these little circles, and then there's pages that you print out that have these little discs with the letter on them. So in my kids' drawer, I would put this page and only the letters that would go on here, and then they have to figure out what spot they go in. And then there are these little puzzles here. Again, they're laminated, so you would cut this out here and then cut down here, and then they would have to match them up for the lowercase and the uppercase. And that for R is rainbow, so they have all of those. And then you have, these is like the magnet page So it has all these little empty spots that you would put magnets on, or you could use like a do-a-dot or a stamper, something like that. For here is the letter R puzzle page. So you would cut this whole thing out and cut it into pieces, and then they have to make the picture right again. And let's see, we also have this art tracing page. So if you did like a dry erase marker or something like that. And I laminated 2 at a time so that just the fronts would be laminated when I cut them out, just to save myself a little bit of money. This is a letter R for rainbow scavenger hunt. So they would have to run around the playroom or the schoolroom or the house and find different cool things that start with the letter R. Also, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't print out everything because she has tons of stuff, and I just kind of got tired of printing things. Usually with each letter there is a cut practice page, so they will learn to cut these lines, different shapes. There is a poke page, which you can choose to do or not do. So this is the letter R. I give my kids either a safety, either like a push pin, or I had actually used picture hanger nails because they're kind of dull and they're not that long. And I make them lay on the carpet and they just poke the whole thing while tracing the letter R. This one came with this rainbow page, so they would cut out these pieces and the clouds and then glue them on another piece of paper. This one is just a coloring page for the letter R, where they color it and then trace. You can see it's dotted. Trace the letters here. Then there's a do-a-dot page that you would use like the bingo markers, or we bought stamps from Dollar Tree that you can do this. Or you can use magnets. I'll show you the magnets that we got before. If I can find the link, I will link them. I got them on Amazon. She also has a shapes and puzzle pages for shapes and colors, which was really, really helpful because that is loaded with stuff and my kids love it. And I just make the copies of what they're going to do for the day, put them in their drawers so they know they can pull out their drawer, do what's in the box, and then be done. For extra fun activities, part of her curriculum is like this silhouette matching page, and it came with these shapes. However, for me, I took some little, if you can see this here, some little Velcro dots I got at Walmart and put them on the back of the shapes here so that they can just stick them on, and then when they're done, pull them back off and put them in the bag for another day. So that was really fun and helpful. And those are also things that I can just send them into the living room if I need some time with my older one to do. Then here is some of these like matchups, little puzzle matchups. So you have this, so I would spread them all out, all these different colors and shapes, and they would have to match them up like little puzzles. And she has the same thing for animals, where the animals are all different colors, if you get the idea here. So there's different animals, different colors, different shapes. And then as well as she does these little cards. She has them in big and in small. I did print out both. She also has them in cursive and in print, which I like. So like these little handy cards that you can print out. These are the small ones, as you can see. I mean, it's only the size as my hand. And then she has bigger ones that are a little bit larger than an index card. But these are fun to let the girls play with and to go over the letter of that week. And we keep the big ones hung up on our board behind me so that they can reference that as they are drawing on the whiteboard to practice their letters. Then she has these paint splatter pages that are pretty cute. It's just a different, like this is the color white, and it has these little spaces here where you would put the letter of what color that is. Here's an orange, and those are blank, but she also has them with the printed letter, so if they need to practice putting their letters on. And then she has the color-coded letters that also go with it. So, and I just laminated and cut all this stuff out in the summertime, put them in these little snack bags so that it would be easy for me to grab and go, and then they don't get misplaced. Also, one of the other activities that I know we printed out, well, here's another one of the large shapes. So I would scatter those out and they have to match them up like puzzle pieces. And that helps them with recognizing shapes and colors. She did these little paint containers, which are pretty cute. So they have a different name and they're supposed to look like a paint container. And then you have all these, if I can grab a few, these paintbrushes in different colors that you cut out. So then you glue this around the edge here and then they find that color. If I can, maybe I can't. And you slip the little paintbrush in the paint container and it's very cute. My kids love it. They think it's hilarious. So that's another fun color recognition, and they're recognizing the word because it's on the paintbrush and on the little paint container. So far we are really liking this for preschool, and I will probably stick with it for my younger one for next year, but I will bump up the other one to kindergarten. I'm not quite sure what curriculum we're using for her yet. But what I did, like I said, over the summer, this container is really hard to hold or show you, but what I did is I printed out all the activities, and I got these manila folders and just put the different letters in there, and I put them in this like box, this little thing here, and labeled it letter of the week, so that whenever, like on Sunday night when I'm prepping for the next week, I can pull out that folder with all the letter stuff in it and go ahead and fill their boxes. I tried to make it as easy on myself as possible. So that's the curriculum we're using. Here I want to show you some little add-ons that helped us out that we really liked. And that might help you out. So from a website that I had shared in a previous video that has really cool free printables is called toddler.net. Absolutely no clue how I came across it, but it is, like I said here, toddler.net. This is just a tracing page. So what I will do at the beginning of the week is I will print off enough for each of my 2 preschoolers to do a new one every day. So they have to do a new one of these every day of the week for that letter. Because by the end of the week, I want to be able to say, draw me the letter R, and they should be able to draw it. Another fun thing is on that page, that same website, they had these, which has a little activity for each thing. So I found those were kind of fun. Some other things that we have used that we really like, that most of this stuff came from the dollar store, just because I wasn't sure how we were going to like it, and it just helped us out. So a couple things, we found these, which were fun. These lacing cards, different shapes, different pictures, monsters, and they come with this like shoelace, and they have to lace the card up and then unlace it. Really helps the hand-eye coordination, helps the concentration, and it gives them something busy to do. We also found these dice. These are dry erase dice. So like if our letter is letter R, I can draw uppercase and lowercase letters on these. They can roll them and they have to tell me what it is. If it's uppercase or lowercase, or if we're doing numbers, it's fun. And if you have older ones, these work too. So if you're doing like multiplication or whatever, you can draw whatever numbers and stuff on these as you want. Something else from the dollar store was these like felt money are really fun because they can buy stuff, and it just kind of gives them an idea of, I mean, they're not the actual sizes and stuff, but it's just fun for them. Also from the dollar store, I got a bunch of manipulatives for them to do hand-eye coordination. I got these different kinds of tong things from the dollar store. So we got these that are kind of pointy, but they are kind of hard to squeeze. And then we got these clear ones that kind of have like a scoop style. And then we got these cute little hands ones. But I will do something like, these are little foam blocks I got at the dollar store. I will sprinkle these all over the floor, and then they have to put all the blue in a pile, all the orange in a pile. As you can see, several of them have teeth marks on them because I have a toddler. So, but these were really fun. Also at the dollar store, something else that was really fun is I have these puff balls in a container, but it's just some puff balls, and I can spread these out all over the floor, or and they pick them up with the tongs, or I will open an empty egg container and they would put these in the little holes. Just some busy work, but also kind of helps their hand-eye coordination. Here are some things that I found on Amazon that I purchased early in the summer because I wanted to have these on hand. Are these like these counting bears? It's a tub of like 102, and they're just different colors. Things they can pick up with the tongs, or they can put in piles of colors, however they like to do it. But again, some busy work. I found in another one of these containers, I found those because I saw on her her channel that she had these type of magnets, and I really wanted to try those, especially for the do-a-dot pages. If I didn't want to get messy with markers and that kind of stuff, is these magnets. They're just these little round magnets, and they can do it on this board here, or if I need to send one to the kitchen, she can sit on the floor and do this on the refrigerator. But these have been really helpful. I got them on Amazon. I don't think they were that expensive. I got another container that has these wooden shapes in them, and they came with these cards where they can try and make these designs. However, I feel like that might be a little advanced for some of them. Like, I mean, it says what difficulty level they have here. I was a little disappointed when I got these because I apparently didn't read the description very well. I thought these were actually the size of these wooden pieces, so I thought they would be able to just set them on there, not just recreate it. So I will be looking for the larger ones for next year. Also, from the dollar store, things that I feel like every person needs: clipboards. I can put worksheets on these and send them to another room, put them at opposite ends of the room if they are bugging each other or if they won't stop talking. Or if we're in the car, like we're driving to the library, and they can color a worksheet or whatever they like to do, but you can't have enough of these, and I got them at the dollar store. Also, fun thing from the dollar store are these. We have, I'd say 3 or 4 of these. These are just dry erase boards. They're really thick. They hold up really well. But if they're practicing their letters or practicing writing their name with like dry erase markers, these are very helpful, and everybody can have their own. So that was very helpful. One of the last things I want to show you is I got these books. This one looks like it's from maybe Sam's or something, or some of these were given to us, but you can find these. Yeah, this one was from Sam's. You can find these books, these workbooks, just about anywhere. And this one says front of the class, pre-K. It's everything that you need: colors, shapes, counting, letters and sounds, and handwriting. So it's just like a couple pages each day for a different letter, different activities, things like this. And this was only a few bucks. This was $5.98. So if we're on the run and we need stuff to do, or if they get through all their worksheets and they still want more to do, then I can pull this out, give them a couple of pages, and keep them busy. So I have that one. This one says everything for early learning, preschool. And it's pretty much the same. They're all just like, you know, how many numbers, find the one that doesn't match, you know, learning the letters. So those are really handy to have, especially if you're not sure what you want to do, what curriculum you want to go with. These definitely help get you started and help you with some busy work. I mean, I'm an advocate for, if they want to do more, let them do more. But sometimes you just run out of stuff to do. So that's the curriculum we chose for this year for preschool, for the 2. And we will do this again, like I said, for my 4-year-old next year. My 5-year-old, we will start doing kindergarten. I'm not sure what curriculum she'll be doing, but I will also let my 2 to be 3-year-old do some of this stuff with us. She now does that already now with the color sheets and stuff like that. So I will let her again practice some of that stuff with us. But for 2018, 2019. That's what we chose. So check her out. It's Erica. I want to say Arndt is how you say her last name. Not 100% sure. But she's Confessions of a Homeschooler. She makes a lot of curriculum, and she has a lot of great content. So check her out and check out our other videos. I did a curriculum review for our 4th grade, what we did this year. And we check out our video for how our first year of homeschooling went and what our decisions are for next year. All right, like, subscribe, find us on all the other social media outlets.